You find me here at London Paddington, where I've just caught the GWR train from Reading to London. I now need to get to King's Cross, which means I need to go via the Circle line, via that, to King's Cross, because that's where the day actually begins. So now let's go, get the underground, and then it's off to somewhere special. Underground now completed, now it's up to King's Cross, and from King's Cross it's then off on an LNER. Let's get to King's Cross. And just like that, we find ourselves at King's Cross to get an LNER, and that's all I'm going to say. It is in first class, which means I do need to now find, well, one, the entrance, and two, the first class lounge. So let's wander around the corner. How beautiful is this station? It is alongside St. Pancras as well, which is, I think, just as beautiful. So let's now go in an entrance, and there's St. Pancras actually, and find a first class lounge. The one we're getting is the one at 9 o'clock to Edinburgh, but we are not going all the way there. We're getting off at another stop, which will become apparent very shortly, but let's find this first class lounge. And the LNER first class lounge. Let's go in. All right, first class lounge. Lounge time to refresh myself before the travel, so need it. We're in the first class lounge here at King's Cross Station. Right behind me there are the platforms. The train is on its way out now. What a great little spot to have a quick coffee before we go into the first class seating on the LNER up to Edinburgh, but we're not going all the way to Edinburgh, no. So what does the little first class offer? We've got some bickies here of shortbread. So we have chocolate chip, original, and a lemon shortbread. I think it'll be going chocolate chip and an original. A little muffin. You've got your orange juice, your teas and coffees, so your Yorkshire teas. That may give you a clue of where we're headed today. Sugars, teas, bottles of water, which we'll grab before we go, and make your own cup of coffee. We're going to go cappuccino, press start, and away we go. We've got 20 minutes before the train. Platform's not allocated yet, and it's telling us we need to leave 5 minutes before the train leaves. I'm going to leave 10 minutes before. So how does the tickets work in terms of getting into the LNER first class? You have to have a first class ticket to get in. Your Eurail, which is what I'm using, gets you into the first class lounge. You're able to access the first class lounge 2 hours before the train departs, and an hour after you arrive, you've got access to the lounge as well. Anytime first class pass gets you into the first class lounge at any time, which is great for me. I've got here about 40 minutes before the train arrives, just through connections getting across London from Paddington. It's left me with about 40 minutes to get in, so currently in the lounge. It's got departure boards here. It is absolutely fantastic just to sit back and relax in a quiet area. Nice little quiet zone out the back of first class lounge, just hidden around the corner. Beautiful little quiet spot. So it's just come up on the departure board into platform 0. We need to head down there. I was aiming for the 9 3/4, but hey, there was a break. Platform 0, let's go. If you understand that reference, comment below. Platform 0. To the platforms. And we want platform 0. So to platform 0 is via the footbridge. Let's go. All right, let's head to platform 0. What a view. One benefit of platform 0 is that you do get to walk the length of this amazing station. Great overview of the trains below. But King's Cross station is just epic. What a station this is. As we make our way still over to platform 0. Look at that. What a design. You've got the Azumas and the old intercities down there. I assume an Azuma is waiting for us on platform 0. We can't use the escalators. We will use the stairs. Platform 0, I need to find coach K, I think, for this one, for this leg. I better actually check that. That might be helpful to actually check which platform and which section of the train I need. King's Cross. Oh, would you believe it? K is right where I've walked out. I don't think I could have planned that any better. That is K. The front of the train is all the way down there. We're going to board. How long do we have? We've got 15 minutes. Let's get a sneaky shot at the front. Well, when I said the front, the rear. The Azuma. That's what's taking us to York. Yes, I'm heading to York to do something very special there. But to do that, we're doing it in first class and in style on this LNER. Let's now go find our seat. It is in K, which is where that platform brought us down to. So let's jump on board and get this day started.
Always blocked with luggage. Also, there's 2 areas on front. Please do not put your luggage, cases, etc. in front of the signs.
So welcome to seat 8 on the Azuma to York. At the window at the moment, well, we're in platform 0, so there's nothing to look out that side. Left with the tablecloth, there is a brunch menu. Great, we are going to get some brunch. On the brunch menu, let's have a look at posh baked beans. It is brunch this morning. That is what is going to be served. Seat has a hook to hang things from there. It folds up. We just have a look. So folds up seat. Now, similar to GWR, we move everything around. The seat has the recline. Press the button. Slide your body forward. The seat reclines. That actually reclines. That reclines quite a lot more than GWR. Yeah, that's actually a cool recline. Plenty of leg room, as you can see. There's that pole that's in a weird spot, but hey, the table pole was also there, but plenty of leg room. Headrest. Well, there's no headrest like there is in GWR. There isn't a nice little bit there for the head. It's hard, but it's still a very comfortable seat. I'm actually going to put it back up to normal. There's it there normally. Now, the only problem with this seat is we do have that, so I might jump ahead one if seat 13 isn't taken, so we'll find out when we get going if seat 13 isn't taken, so I get a better view out the window. They don't line up as well with the windows, these single seats, as they do at GWR. Also a hook just up here, so hook a jacket on, hat maybe, something you can put there. And that's where the reservation light comes on. So once we get going, turn them all on and you can see which seats are actually taken and which seats aren't taken. That's the information. This is the seat I booked in coach L. It's coach K on the way home from York later today. So both coaches are first class on the LNER. If my tongue wants to get around, I need another coffee to boost me up. See, boost me up. But we'll sit back and enjoy this out of London. Emirates Stadium. Currently the second best team in the EPL.
What would you like?
Can I have the bacon roll, please? Can I grab an apple as well?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, please.
Which one?
Just ketchup, thank you. Thank you. bacon roll is served. Time for some breakfast. So let's do a loo review. The train has just started and it's very quiet. So let's check it out. The first class loo, it is massive in here, similar, very much the same as the GWR line.
Please lock the door.
Like that. Again, for those with kids, baby changing table, huge. That's nice and easy. One thing that baby table doesn't have are the straps. Those that have kids will know that strap is important, especially when the toddlers start to move around like they do. That's one thing that it doesn't have. Full length mirror, how do you look today? Hey, special. Another mirror there just to check yourself out again, not bad. Water soap dryer, the normal loo, huge amount of space. As I said, you can swing a cat in here quite easily. That is the loo on the Zuma LNER trains. And we are motoring along at the moment, and I need to get out of here. Done my business. Goodbye. So here in first class, it is a 2x1 configuration. Every single chair has a table, which is fantastic. There are groups of 4 if you're travelling in a large group, and then if you're travelling just as a 2, you've got the 2 together, and then if you're travelling like I am today, just the single, you've got the single seats as well. Map of the line. Hey, we're going to there. York. What's that, York? Stay tuned, wait, and you'll find out. First class. So there it is, a power and USB, and with the green light means it's lit, which is great. And that's how awkward it is, because the armrest comes down, and if you didn't know it was there, it's because the armrest was up. There is a little sign here, however, that does say power sockets. But it's always written too high, because when you're sitting in the seat, you're sitting in the seat and view from here, you don't really see it. You can lean out, you can actually see it. Power sockets for laptops and phones are next to your seat. As we zoom through the countryside, we're currently doing 200 kilometres an hour, heading towards those dark clouds. Glad to know that what I'm up to today, it's going to be indoors and not outdoors. Perfect day to do something indoors. As the countryside just flies by at 200 kilometres an hour. Morning, mate. Can I get a tea, please?
Cup of tea?
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. The 4 seats with the table, 2 facing backwards, 2 facing forwards. Power is in the same spot as on single. Now, however, the middle seats, it's a lot more accessible for everyone at the table, but there are 4 power sockets on this. On the 4 seats, which is great. Going along nicely, 200 k's an hour, or just shy of 200 k's an hour, as we make our way through the English countryside on a cloudy day, but it is starting to clear.
We are now at Peterborough.
Also, I'd like to apologise, we are having some problems with the reservation system.
We will call at York, Darlington, Newcastle, Berwick-upon-Tweed, and Edinburgh Waverley.
We'll now have a wander and see what second class looks like here on the Zuma trains as we fly through the countryside. And welcome to standard class. So standard class is 2x2 configurations. It has 4 seats together in some parts. Again, they all come with tables and chairs, Wi-Fi connectivity, all the sorts that you'd expect, but just a little narrower seat and also a little narrower because of the 2x2 configuration. Overall, still clearly quiet and very accessible. If you want to travel on the Azumas, standard class is perfectly fine. Otherwise, you get the luxury in first class of the food service, plus a little wider seat and a little bit more room on the tables. But apart from that, first class and standard class, the seating is very much the same, especially on those 4 grouped seats with the table in the middle. As we continue just at speed through the countryside here in Yorkshire. For those travelling across the country with large bags or golf clubs, as the sign shows, there is storage areas at either end of the carriages when you board. So you come through these doors, of course, or the door on the other side, and you've got the luggage compartment just to your left or right, depending on which end you board the train. There is a small little toilet as well for first class, but in terms of luggage, this is what it looks like. Of the fact that there is a golf club there as well, you can tell this train is made for Scotland. What a stunning day this is turning out to be. The clouds have lifted, the blue sky is upon us as we inch closer to York. Beautiful countryside out there. It's like a moving Windows desktop out there at the moment. An hour and 50 minutes on the train. What a ride that has been. A few bumpy spots.
Thank you for travelling with LNER.
But left on time from King's Cross in London, and we're arriving here bang on time as well. Service has been absolutely brilliant. Food, perfect. Just a simple bacon roll this morning for brekkie and a nice cuppa and a bottle of water and an apple. Really good service, nice big tables, nice room here on the first class, very quiet. But we're now pulling into York, so now time to go off and explore somewhere special. And we've made it to York, right on time. How cool that was, on the LNER Azuma. Fantastic trip up from London. It arrived, as I said, on time. We left on time and couldn't ask for better service. The service was brilliant. First class is absolutely worth it. So if you are thinking about catching one of these from London, anywhere up the East Coast main line, spoil yourself and get on first class on the Azuma. And there it is. It's now time for me to head off to somewhere else where I'm going to take you to, but let's find out where I'm going next in just a moment. And there goes the LNER off to Edinburgh. York Station, similar to King's Cross, absolutely stunning building. The old style arch roof is just absolutely beautiful in here. And it's an absolute stunning day here in York. Clear blue skies. Can't believe I'm saying that coming from London, which was overcast, but York, nice and sunny. Is that actually normal? No idea where we need to go, just follow the crowd and hopefully that sends me on the right direction on the way out. But let's get some more views of this platform station area as we do that. Pretty sure I need to be turning left because that is where we're going, to the National Railway Museum. Yes, we've come all the way from London to come to the National Railway Museum up here in York. I'm excited. Let's go this way. And there it is, just over there, the National Railway Museum. So in terms of overall service on that LNER train, it was brilliant. The staff were attentive, friendly, nice and clear, no problems at all. Food, yeah, what you expect on a train. Nothing spectacular, but nothing poor. The bacon roll was lovely and needed some lunch or breakfast anyway, and was able to grab a couple of drinks on the way here as well. But now it's time for the Railway Museum, where I'm going to spend the afternoon and then catch a later train back in to London and just to go off and enjoy myself this afternoon. So the question you're asking is, how far away is the railway station and the museum? So I've been walking probably for about 5 minutes now. It's very accessible, but the entrance is a good 5 to 10 minutes walk from the railway station. So just be prepared that there is a walk. It's not directly off the railway station in terms of you come down a ramp and you're in there, you do have a bit of a walk to go. And just like that, we are here at the Railway Museum. Let's now go in and enjoy the day. And here we are in the National Railway Museum in York. You're just greeted with absolutely stunning steam engines. We'll have a look at these later on. At the Evening Star. We'll just have a quick walk around and then I'm going to do some exploring on my own without a video in front of me. Got the old Liverpool and Manchester Company Railway carriages. Oh, wow. There is even a bullet train from all the way from Japan snuck in over there. And then you've got the old names that used to be on the trains themselves. That is splendid. That is sensational. All the old steam engines through here are spectacular. They've got old diesels. Just having a look. There's an old diesel right behind us. Good timing. And then, as I said, the Japanese bullet train, which is just absolutely spectacular. As I come up against an old 125 Intercity, I think this is the one we want to leave it on. The Intercity 125, that is what got me into trains. That train just there is the reason trains and why a love affair of trains occurred. That's the Flying Scotsman, everyone. That is awesome. I saw that in Australia as a young kid. To see it again and to get up close and get in the cab is where we're going. Worth the visit just there. Worth the visit just there for this Flying Scotsman on display today. It's its last day today that I'm here, that it's actually on here displaying the Flying Scotsman.
So the average would be 3.
No, it's very similar.
Oh, you just do.
Well, yeah, this is. What's that?
You're inside the Flying Scotsman. The back of the Flying Scotsman now, just very lucky to be here today, knowing that that's its last day in here before it goes back out to service on tourist days. So, yeah, National Railway Museum, people. Just there is one of the great steam engines of its era, the Millard. LNER 4468. What a machine that is! What a great spot to finish. We've seen the Intercity 125. Stunning engine, stunning train. What a great spot to finish this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've absolutely had an awesome morning coming up here to York on the LNER service, 9 o'clock service out of London King's Cross in first class. I hope you've enjoyed this video just as much as I've been putting this one together. It's been an epic morning, so thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, all those things here that we do here on YouTube. Really appreciate all the feedback and all the information that you guys share with me and all those likes and subscribes. So until the next video, I am off to explore this place in more detail. Until then, catch ya. So standard class is a 2x2 configuration. There are some tables that have 4 tables, it's chairs. seats, even. Just get it right.